Welcome to the Foolproof FSBO podcast. I'm Tim the FSBO guy, and this is the show that helps homeowners sell their homes without paying that $31,000 agent tax. Hey, every week I'm going to share real strategies, simple tools, and proven checklists that make selling your home yourself safe, fast, and profitable. So if you're ready to keep your equity and stay in control of your sale, you're in the right place. Let's go ahead and dive in. Most sellers don't know this payment psychology trick that nets them tens of thousands of dollars more. When mortgage rates jumped from 3% to 7%, it completely broke how buyers think about affordability. But sellers keep treating this like it's still 2019, wondering why their perfectly good house sits there like a teenager at a middle school dance, all dressed up with nowhere to go. See, your buyer isn't walking around with total price in their head. They're walking around with a monthly payment. It's the same reason nobody goes car shopping thinking, I want to spend exactly $47,000. They go in thinking, I could probably swing about $600 a month. Now, when rates more than doubled, that comfortable payment they had in mind suddenly buys way less house. And that's where sellers completely blow it. The biggest myth in real estate right now is that cutting your price helps buyers afford your house. But here's the truth. Dropping your price 50 grand at 7% interest only reduces their payment by about $300. However, if you offer $20,000 toward a rate buy down to 5.5%, their payment drops $700. You just gave them $400 more relief every single month while keeping another $30,000 extra in your pocket. Buyers don't need a cheaper house. They need a payment that doesn't make them hyperventilate. Now, here's something that a lot of people forget about. When you slash your price, you contaminate every valuation on your street for the unforeseeable future. That desperate move of yours becomes a permanent record that every appraiser references. So your neighbor who's just trying to refinance, they just lost a ton of equity. Or the couple 3 doors down trying to sell, well, now they're fighting your ghost. Meanwhile, rate buydowns leave zero trace in the public records. No contamination, no desperation signal. Just a clean transaction at full market value that happens to help your buyer. Do you want to know what's really bleeding you dry? It's the carrying costs while you wait for perfection. Every month your house sits unsold on the market, costs you mortgage payments, insurance, utilities, and maintenance. And that could easily add up to about $4,000. After 3 months, that's 12 grand gone forever. Most sellers are holding out for 6 months and then they panic cut $40,000. The total damage, $52,000 between carrying costs and the price cut. Or you offer $15,000 in buy downs today, sell next week, save $37,000. That stubbornness isn't strength, it's just expensive. The online search behavior tells you everything. Buyers don't filter by total price anymore. They filter by estimated monthly payment. Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, they all show payment calculators before the contact button. Your perfect house at the perfect price gets skipped because the payment calculator shows a number that makes the spouse say, absolutely not. But adjust that payment through a buy down and suddenly you are way back in the game. Every time you drop your price, Zillow puts a scarlet letter on your listing. Price reduced. That badge, it doesn't whisper opportunity, it screams, something is wrong here. Buyers start wondering, what do you know that they don't? Is it the foundation? Is it the neighbors? Meanwhile, that listing down the street, it stays at full price, offers a buy down instead, and then it sells clean. There's no desperation badge, there's no public shame, and there's no buyers thinking you're hiding black mold in the attic. Price cuts create suspicion. Payment solutions, well, they create gratitude. And here's a golden opportunity most sellers don't even know exists. If you bought with a VA or FHA loan between 2020 and 2022, you are sitting on an assumable mortgage at rates from the golden years. Your buyer can take over your loan, it's called assuming it, and they can keep your beautiful 3% rate and finance just the difference. It's like having a time machine for mortgage rates, but most sellers don't even know they have it. Let me show you the math that moves houses. You take a $500,000 home, option 1, cut 50 grand, it drops to $450. At 7%, your buyer's paying $2,900 a month. Or option 2, you keep it at $500,000, but you offer a $20,000 permanent rate buy down for 5.5%. Their payment becomes $2,600. So again, you just put $30,000 in your pocket and you get paid for being the good guy because you just saved them $300 a month. This is not advanced calculus. It's maybe, 3rd grade math that most sellers refuse to see. The competition isn't just other sellers anymore, by the way. It's the builders. Builders are smart. New construction builders are offering rate buydowns on every home because they understand payment psychology. And while you're over here playing price limbo, they're speaking directly to what buyers actually care about. And guess what? They're winning. But here's your advantage as a for sale by owner. You don't have 6% commission eating into your flexibility. That's $30,000 on a $500,000 house that you can deploy strategically instead of just blindly handing that over to the agents. If you priced according to the feeding frenzy template, you won't need adjustments. But if it's too late for you or you're in a stagnant market, here's the escalation strategy. In week 1, you offer $5,000 toward buydowns. In week 3, try $10,000. Week 5, take it to $15,000. See, each increase drops their payment without touching your price. There's no public price reduction history. There's no desperate signals to other buyers, just strategic payment adjustments that preserve your home's value while speaking to what buyers actually want. Now, something interesting happens with taxes that a lot of sellers miss. Price reductions, they lower your capital gains because you're selling for less. But buydown contributions, they're selling costs, just like commissions or closing fees. So you get the same tax treatment whether you cut price or offer buydowns, except with buydowns, you preserve your home's market value for future comps. So your accountant's going to high-five you, assuming accountants do that sort of a thing. Mine never has, but anyway, you might be different. Here's the nightmare scenario I'm trying to help you avoid. If you cave and accept a lowball offer, and then the deal falls through during the due diligence period, well, now what? You can't magically erase that accepted offer from existence. Every future buyer knows you were willing to take $450. They anchor there. The negotiation position is destroyed forever. But if you have a buydown offer that falls through, well, that's just it. It just falls through. It vanishes like it never happened. There is no public record. There are no Zillow alerts that go out saying, oh, price reduce, or anything like that. So there's no leverage loss, and there's no permanent damage to your position. Protection beats desperation every time it's tried. Now, the data from 2008 versus today reveals something fascinating. Back then, buyers had access to creative financing. For example, stated income loans, adjustable rates, zero down, and price was everything because payments were flexible. But today, buyers face much stricter lending requirements and very rigid rates. They can't massage the payment through creative financing anymore. The only flexibility, it has to come from you. And that shift fundamentally changed what moves houses. Nobody tells you about buydown buyers. Many sellers don't ever learn this about buydown buyers until it's too late. Unlike normal buyers who are suspicious, they're grateful. When you help them achieve their payment goal, they see you as a partner, not an adversary. And when it comes to inspection time, they're not nickel and diming you over outlet covers and doorknobs. They got what they wanted, a payment they can live with. You got what you wanted, your asking price. That goodwill translates to smoother negotiations, fewer demands, and faster closings. Price cut buyers always want more blood. Payment solution buyers, they just want to move in. The strategic framework for this market isn't complicated. Your house has a value. Now defend it. Your buyer has a payment threshold. Respect it. Bridge that gap with buydowns, not price cuts. Keep your equity, solve their problem, close the deal. While your neighbors race to the bottom, you're playing chess instead of checkers. Your home value stays intact, your buyer gets their monthly comfort zone, and you walk away with more money than the panicked seller down the street who thought the only solution was to keep cutting until someone bit.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, I want you to check out this one right here because it's going to take you through one of the biggest scams in real estate pricing, and I'm here to help keep you safe.
Thanks for listening to the Foolproof FSBO podcast. For free tools and step-by-step guides to sell your home with confidence, head on over to foolprooffsbo.com/podcast. That's foolprooffsbo.com/podcast. And we'll see you next week.